All right. It's now 7:42 here on this Monday morning in Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I move fast, just like our next guest and her show. Well,
Yay.
from YouTube to mainstream television, get ready. This Sunday at 8 p.m., CVMTV is going to bring you something special. It's called Odyssey with Yendi.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it's all about diving deep into the lives of Jamaica's most inspiring people with real personal conversations that you won't want to miss. Our guest this morning is the brain and the talent behind Odyssey with Yendi. She's wearing the dress that her daughter was wearing in a recent episode of the show.
No, that is.
No clothes.
Yeah, no. To be fair to Dennis, he's no clothes, man. Dennis, I'm on the market clothes. I'm saying
I'm
Dennis,
just joking.
no clothes in peace now. Remember, we're up with some of them, but Dennis, I stopped marking some of them. Oh my God! But it also speaks to the fact that he pays attention. Yes.
I'm just making that joke to say that, you know,
You're young.
It looked like something
Izzy would
that
wear.
Izzy could have wear. Yeah.
Hey, Yendi, what up? Good morning.
Izzy, how are you?
Izzy.
Yeah, I said busy.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Odyssey.
it's like we're on set.
Nice. No, you're normally over this side. So you're on this side this morning.
Yeah.
So Odyssey, a lot of people know this set, but this is actually not your first go around,
Yes.
right? Let's go back to
You just said in our backyard one
in our garden,
time.
right?
Yes.
Talk to us about when it started and why Odyssey was even started.
Yeah. So we started the show. By the way, I love how I always address the show as we. It's hi, it's me.
Yeah, it's all right.
I started the show in 2020, and it's actually, you know, when it came up, I was at Rebel Salute, and I was, going through the crowd and talking to people and getting their feedback, and I turned to the camera guy and I said, I really love hearing what people think. Like, I love when people share their stories and their lives and their experiences. I was like, so we're all more alike than we're different. There's something that we can glean from everybody.
Right.
And then I literally called him 2 weeks later and I was like, let's shoot the show. I'm doing it, let's do it. And he was like, wait, you for real? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so Odyssey with Yendi started in March of 2020. So here we are.
COVID was like March 10th.
Yeah.
In the height of it. So we shot 2 episodes prior and then life shut down. And I was just like, well, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing this thing. But yeah, that's why it started. That's when it started. And
why that name, Odyssey?
Yeah, why Odyssey?
So I don't think I've actually ever shared this. I was in church in 2017, and there was a guest preacher who was there from Trinidad, and he was talking about people's journey and experience and just, what happens in the journey. And I swear the name Odyssey just impressed upon me in that moment. And I was like, And I left. I remember writing it down on my notepad. I went home and I read up on the meaning of Odyssey and what an Odyssey was. And it's in literal sense a voyage.
Yes.
But in the deeper literary sense, it is the journey that one takes. And I started with the brand. The apparel is what I came up with first.
Right.
And it was that, we just need inspiration as we go along our journey. And that morphed into not just apparel, but there are stories that can inspire us on our life journey. And my biggest thing was I wanted to humanize people. There are people who we see who are celebrated for their gifts and what they do, and by extension, they're called celebrities, but they're people.
Yes.
And they have their
story.
And they have their experiences. And I wanted to humanize people who are celebrated for their gifts and make people realize that, again, we're more alike than we are different. So I was literally in my back garden. Khadine was one of my guests in probably the second or third season, second season, sit down in my backyard and we just talk. And at this point, she had just completed her law degree. And it was just the whys, the what makes people tick, what makes people who they are, why people don't give up. Why do people continue despite the most intense seasons?
And that was before Norma Manley nearly murdered, so that was a good time.
Why did it open up my life this morning? But not like this. Don't get this. You didn't miss me, no. How did you survive?
No. Well,
Dennis is reading my Odyssey.
I'll tell you how he survived.
Fighting, no man. But this, so from that season to a new season now. You have a set and you're interviewing quite a number of persons.
Yeah.
So can you tell us some of the persons who is on the show and what can we expect from Odyssey right here on CVM?
I think everyone became so accustomed to being outdoors that still I get a little bit of a drape up. Hold on, don't drape me up. Okay, let me explain. See what had happened was the elements.
Yes.
So you can book a whole, fun fact, I've never shared this. When I shot Usain Bolt's episode, the first episode that we shot had to be cut midway because rain come down per way and Usain had to reshoot. Usain come back in the same clothes with the same haircut, me have on the same clothes.
Yes.
And then we just said, you know what, forget continuity, let's just start over.
Yes.
So the elements make it a bit challenging.
Yes, outside looks nice, but it comes with a lot.
And it comes with a lot of heat.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
And it comes with things that are beyond our control. So when you have a controlled environment, you're able to accomplish a lot more. So I know you guys love the sound of the birds chirping and the breeze blowing the leaves. But we're going to hear the stories.
Right.
Yes. So who are some of the interesting people that you have on? And which, well, have you ever interviewed anyone that blew your mind? Like not when you spoke to them, not even you knew that about them or you were inspired by them?
100%, I would say Bounty Killer was one of my favorite interviews.
Yeah.
And people are often like, really? And I'm like, yeah, because I didn't get Bounty Killer, I got Rodney. And it was great to have a conversation with Rodney Price, who made it very clear that his mother was the one who had to tell him, separate the two. You are becoming the persona and you're bringing it home and it's causing you problems.
Yeah.
You're making poor decisions in your life. This current season here, Dexter Daps was hands down one of the conversations that left me awed. I did not expect what came from him. The amount of wisdom, the amount of vulnerability. Idonia was extremely vulnerable in this season in a way again. So because we have a relationship outside of the entertainment space, our children went to school together. We have that dynamic, but he brought Sheldon, who I would talk to in the schoolyard, to the set. And I was very surprised with how open he was, but also very grateful because I find that men need to realize that it's okay to be vulnerable and open and honest. And I think it will give a lot of other men, you know, the ability to say,
get in touch with that side of them. So if I cannot banga and still be vulnerable, I can be vulnerable.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not a challenge to my masculinity.
Yes.
For those persons who may have seen clips here or there, but they've not watched the episodes of this season, is it that CVM, starting on Sunday, is going to pick up where you are, or they're going to pick up at episode 1?
What will come on Sunday is Idonia, where we're actually starting. So obviously it's still, he's celebrating 20 years in music. And so the timing is very...
And Father's Day, we're on the cusp of Father's Day as well.
Correct. So we're starting there, and we are going to run thereafter concurrently. And so you'll pick up with where we are, and then you will get the rest of the season.
How was interviewing Izzy?
You know what? Interviewing Izzy was literally a conversation that we have every day in the car or every day at home. I love conversations with my daughter. I learn a lot from my daughter. And I say it in the introduction of the episode that we can learn from everyone, and that includes our children.
Absolutely.
And it's just a matter of, for us as adults, to remove the ego and remove this idea that Picnic don't know nothing, we are the one, we are teaching them everything. No, they actually can teach us so much. And so I loved that we had that conversation. And she said to me before we started shooting, she said, Mommy, can I be very honest? And I said, I want you to be nothing but who you are when we have our conversations. And she went, okay. And that was her,
green light.
Because I also want her to know you don't have to perform.
Yes.
You don't have to perform.
Real. Be authentic.
The point of the space is that everyone can take off whatever mask they may feel the need to wear, because it comes with it. Life comes with it. We all wear masks.
Yes.
It's not people who only go on TV. Some of us wear a mask when we go into our office.
Yes.
Some of us wear a mask in our relationships.
Yep.
And so it is creating a space where you can take off whatever performative stance you may sometimes take, even if it's just for security, and just feel safe enough to say, you know what, let me keep it all the way real. This is what's going on.
So it's Sunday at what time?
8 p.m.
All right, so Sunday night at 8.
Great.
So right after you eat your rice and peas and chicken in the day, right?
And you maybe go whop it back.
I go
from
walk off
to-
your little din din, right?
A little supper.
A little supper, right? Or you have your little ice cream and cake at that point in time.
Yeah.
You're gonna
That's a
take
great
out your
time.
ice cream and cake, crop
so
up
now
your
I want
photo,
you.
find CVM, and it's Odyssey with Yendi at 8.
Oh.
Trust me, you will DWL.
Yeah. Don't worry, love. I can't with Dennis Brooks.
No.
So also this season, I mentioned Idonia, I mentioned Dexter Daps.
Yes.
Also this season, there is Leon Bailey.
Yes.
There is Andre Blake, who is, I think, one of our greatest unsung heroes. He's our captain for the
For
Reggae
football
Boys.
team, yeah.
But he's also
He's been on the show.
He's
Yeah.
the #1 goalkeeper in all of MLS. A record that no one else has, and
Multiple
it's held
times.
by a Jamaican. He's been
Yes.
goalkeeper of the year 3 occasions.
yeah.
No one else has done that.
Yeah.
There's also Aaliyah Atkinson,
Nice.
who is multi-medalist, world record holder, Kabaka Pyramid, protege.
Accurate.
Immaculate. Protege is, when I tell you, say, Protege's episode, take out your book and take notes.
Nice.
When we say notes, notes. There's Vernica Campbell.
Yes.
Because Vernica only is Vernica.
Yes, right.
Only
When I say-
Vernica.
when I say- you know, always there. When I say
that's
Veronica,
always
there.
Veronica, we got it. You understand?
Vernica.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Nice.
So it's just it's a nice varied group of individuals, and more importantly, there are people who are authentically themselves and making Jamaica very proud.
Beautiful.
And it's great Sunday evening TV.
Yeah,
It's-
great.
you know, in Jamaica, Sunday evening TV is supposed to feel one certain way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
It is the way.
And
want it to
sets
feel
you up for the
nice.
week ahead too.
Yeah.
Put you in a state for say, yeah,
Perspective.
man.
Yeah,
Ready.
inspired, motivated
Yeah, man.
type of vibe. I love it, and I'm looking forward. So this Sunday we start at 8 p.m. right here on CVM. That's Sunday, May 25. So you have Labor Day, Friday. I'm not gonna sleep on that Labor Rain. Then you have Saturday, and then you have Sunday, right? So it's gonna be a whole bag of vibes and lots of inspiration and motivation as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Indeed.
looking forward.
All
Lovely.
right.
Odyssey with Yendi.
Oh.
Please do sing.
Hold on. Can I get that as a drop? Thanks. Appreciate it. Send me the clip.
You know, some of
Odyssey
With
with Yendi.
Oh, it's you better whip that. You better. Oh, my hair can't do that.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna break Nita, or you want to come in and want to know what you understand? Cause big up to the director them. You understand? Yeah.
Sit here, get up. Go.
Get up, don't sit. Did I tell you to sit? That's you're the, I'm gonna flower in. You understand? No, don't do that. Nita,
Come
in.
back, please.
Stay warm. Stay right with us. We'll be right back. It's sunrise.